Alright everybody, welcome back. You probably noticed that I just took a shower, and I know that I just did part 1 by the time that it's like a few hours ago, by the time this uploads. Reason why I'm tackling part 2 now is because of my limited time string of being by myself at the house, because you're aware of my past history of interruptions, and it is distracting that my family members don't get, and that's kind of a bit of a pet peeve of mine whenever I go into a recording, whether it be here or at college. If you remember from my Inspiration Manifestation review, you know what happened. And on top of that, with the unsure times of my driving lessons, I fear that I might have a lesson in the middle of a review, and then I would have to like pause it. I would have to stop the video here, and I'll have to do the whole thing all over again. That might be Friday, that might be tomorrow, I don't know. But usually my lessons probably are usually at like around 11:30 or noon-ish. So I just want to tackle this right now because like I said, once I take care of part 2 of Twilight's Kingdom, I can finally clean my hands of Season 4, and then I can start focusing on Season 5. So let's finally get this done. Let's get to the very last episode of Season 4, Twilight's Kingdom, Part 2. And of course, we get the initial recap.
We must rid ourselves of our magic before Kira gets a chance to steal it from us.
So yeah, so the synopsis recap is Twilight doesn't know of her purpose as a princess, as Kira arrives as basically easily the best villain of the series for Nightmare Fuel. Celestia's boneheaded idea to use Discord as a bit of a backup only had Discord betray everybody, and everything that he learned from Season 3 late onward is gone. And Celestia decides to get rid of all Alicorn magic away from Tyrek. So yeah, things are looking rather bleak at the moment. But hey, the theme song totally forgets all that tension or anything. But yeah, so things are looking bleak, and the princesses tell Twilight that they have to give up the magic because Tyrek is unaware that Twilight is the 4th Alicorn princess. Basically, the kind of thing that I actually kind of gave away at the end of the last review, and kind of what I just said about like 30 seconds ago. Yeah, so the princesses decide to give Twilight her all their magic, and it ends up working. And apparently giving up all Alicorn magic also releases their cutie marks, and of course, it was only a matter of time before Tyrek is freed. But Twilight tries to get herself trying to get under control of things. So rather than telling Spike and the others the truth, Twilight decides to keep it a secret. Why? Yeah, and Twilight also figures out, because now that she has Celestia and Luna's magic, she has to be the one to raise and lower the sun. And I'm pretty sure you know how this is gonna go. Oh yes, and of course of Discord's betrayal, but it was only a matter of time before Tyrek could come. And speaking of which, Tyrek arrives demanding the magic. I like the fact Akadisi is like the princess is like, yeah, we know you're great and evil and stuff, but seriously, you need to get a breath mint. Yeah, because I'm sure Twilight blowing up the door won't raise any suspicion by the others.
Twilight? Where are we going? Oh, hi. Gotta go somewhere.
Again, that's not raising any suspicion at all. So, why exactly does Twilight and the others tell the truth, or at the very least tell them that Discord's betrayed them and just at least be alert? I honestly never understood. Well, at least it wasn't like in the season premiere where she just fell flat on her face, so that's a marked improvement. Again, why doesn't she just tell them? I might have fast forward through Celestia's explanation for it, but it would at least be a nice notice.
Must have been for something, because there wasn't any breeze up there. I don't know what happened, but I don't really have time to figure it out right now. Another visit to the castle with the two sisters I presume? At least be more than happy to accompany you, but not today. Here, I've been so many frightened. I need you all to stay here and encourage everybody to remain inside.
Or, you know, forget it.
Getting rid of your magic, I cannot take it from you. That was your plan. How does it feel, knowing that soon everything is as unicorn and earth won't be found to my will?
Well, considering that after the end of the last part, you kind of mostly did that, yeah, things are looking pretty bleak right now. Oh, so Cerberus did return to Tartarus. Yes.
You meant Arvin, didn't you? Of course. Here, I want you to have something. This was given to me by someone very close to me. I give it to you as a sign of my gratitude and loyalty. Oh my, I do love a good mystery. I suppose that's what we do.
I smell foreshadowing!
Amusing, but we have no time for such things.
But then Tyrek sees the mural behind him and questions.
Is this meant to be humor? Oh, no, I haven't touched that one yet. There's a fourth, and you did not tell me this? I just need some assurance that you truly consider this a key protector. And now I have it. Then where can we find this fourth princess? Where is her castle? Castle? Oh, no. Princess Twilight lives above a library and owns a castle.
You got a point. I mean, the library is not really much of a castle, really, when you really think about it. And I also want to give credit to the voice actor. Again, I know he has a name, but I'm kind of limited on But you remember that I said at the end of that in the last review, the voice actor Tyrek also voices Unicron and Crumplezone in Transformers' Unicron trilogy. And at least it's nice to know that he actually still has a lot of hints of subtlety of Unicron in his inflections. Then again, this is also the same guy who said, and I quote, "As long as hatred exists, I exist." Or something along that line. I haven't watched Armada in a while, even though I got the DVDs of the entire trilogy like a couple of years ago for Christmas. So I'll probably have to rewatch Armada and figure out what he exactly said, but it was something along those lines. Anyways, Tyrek decides to melt the mural, but has plans to go to Ponyville, well, thanks to Mr. Betrayal plans here. Of course!
You've gathered up all of them, and the little dragon, too.
And, of course, Discord made a Fluttershy cry. But at least it was for our good intentions, and not doing it for no reason, Pinkie Pie! Oh, and that reminds me, where is that apology coming? When's the apology letter coming, Pinkie?
Oh, we were. But Tyrek offered me so much more than just teapot. Surely.
And because everybody apparently is in the mood of backstabbing one another, Discord not only steals the magic of the other main five, but he ends up stealing Discord's magic and betrays him.
My brother betrayed me. Just as worthless as he is.
Sure. You saw what's coming.
Jeez, everybody's in a backstabbing mood today. Meanwhile, Twilight is kind of a bit of a but gathers enough confidence to see if she can stand up to Tyrek. Oh wait, never mind, she's just practicing magic, but then teleports all over the place. Okay, wait a minute, how exactly is it that the buffalo still has strength? What is up with that? Tyrek apparently can steal the strength of Earth ponies, but apparently isn't smart enough to steal the strength of buffaloes? Why? Why would he do that? Ugh, jeez. But and that belonging to me are the memes! Every single meme! Seriously, after this episode, everything with Tyrek involved has become a meme. So, take your pick which is your favorite, Internet, because they're not going away anytime soon. So, Twilight tries to fight Tyrek, or rather run away.
You're going to give me what I want.
And then, obviously, we get the most shocking scene of the season that I'm sure everybody isn't over. Tyrek destroying the Golden Oak Library. Now, personally, I would seem to find this to be a bit shocking if the hub didn't kind of reveal this during the trailers to the finale. So, it kind of ruins the shock and surprise, personally, but it's still very effective because, honestly, I don't think anybody who saw this episode really saw this coming. I mean, really think about it. This has been Twilight's home ever since Season 1, and all the memories that were gone into it have just been destroyed in the blink of an eye. Everything that she worked so hard to protect and everything she learned from, every good memory that she has of there is just erased in a matter of minutes. So, it is honestly really, again, it's really shocking, and it's something that, honestly, I don't think anyone would have predicted. And the tragedy of it all is that who knows what happens to Twilight after this. But considering that the option of destroying someone's home is probably not the best way to try to piss her off. I am stalling because I am waiting for a certain joke in the Top 10 Metroid Prime Trilogy Bosses video, because there's a certain line that I think sums up Twilight's feelings after Tyrek destroys.
Oh, hell yeah. It's on.
Yeah. So, because of this, destroying Twilight's home was not the best way, and we get easily a kick-ass fight scene. Yeah, basically a result of giant shooting lasers, but honestly, it's still pretty awesome. And the thing is that about this episode, and why I enjoyed it so much, is that it gives me a huge amount of adrenaline rush. Like, seriously, I had so much energy after watching this the first time, I actually just had to walk my dogs just to get all that adrenaline out. And for a lot of people who complain about, oh, there shouldn't be fight scenes in My Little Pony, have you even watched anime at all? Seriously, this is coming from somebody who has watched Naruto since he was in elementary school. And if you still think... And I should also let you know this is also the same fight scene where Tyrek hurls Twilight into multiple mountains and she, and crashes into her. So, next time you want to say that My Little Pony is just for little girls, just watch this fight scene and prove me wrong. But ultimately, Tyrek decides to make a last stand after, again, a pretty awesome fight scene. And I should also let you know that I personally think this is my 9th favorite fight scene of all time. If you're wondering, it outbeats the Ash vs. Paul battle from Sinnoh League Victors, but I personally prefer the fights against the Rowdy Rough Boys and the Powerpuff Girls, which would be 8. 7 would be the Lightspeed Rangers versus Diabolical and Olympius' Super Demon forms. Earns the Gang versus Mercury battle, Naruto versus Pain, the Straw Hats versus CP9, Optimus versus Megatron, their very last battle in Cybertron, Garnet versus Jasper, and Zatch versus Barry and Zatch Bell. Yeah, most of those fights are anime, but at least they're pretty kick-ass along with this. So considering that both Twilight and Tyrek are evenly matched, Tyrek decides to have a bargaining of capturing the main stick and Discord for the magic. But Discord doesn't say anything. You know, I think this is pretty much probably what happened. Actually, no, you know what? Reject that joke. But Twilight eventually sees a bunch of rainbow lights coming through, and that's when the 6th and final key is revealed for the last rainbow key, as Twilight decides to protect her friend over giving up her magic, and they do just that, and she is even willing to let Discord be free despite of the betrayal. And Discord, feeling sorry, gives the pendant that Tyrek gave to him. It's just a shame that you kind of act a bit of a dick towards Twilight in the later seasons and forgot this moment. Just pointing that out there. And believe it or not, that necklace happens to be the last of the rainbow keys. And why exactly doesn't Tyrek stop them? I have no idea. But we finally see what exactly is inside the chest. Oh, now he decides to show up. And thus they turn the keys and open the chest, and and it latches onto the elements that activate through the trees, and they get their new rainbow powers. And wait for it. Now in regards to the rainbow forms, I don't really have a problem with them. Seriously, why is it that people who have reviewed this episode complain about every little thing? Honestly, looking at the rainbow forms, they're fine the way they are. I don't see what the big deal is. Because honestly, it probably goes to show that it might be the next level. And even though Tyrek has all the magic in the world, it's still not strong enough to stop them. Taste the rainbow, motherfucker! You were expecting that, but let's... So with that, the powerful rainbow magic defeats Tyrek, and he's locked away back into Tartarus. And I'm sure that Nyx would probably be stealing his soul sometime soon. And thus, they spread around all across Equestria to restore the magic that Tyrek had already took away. And to fast forward through this, as even all the princesses are released and have their magics back, and they come to reunite with the others. And apparently the rainbow, and it seems that the chest also has one last trick up its sleeve, as it basically flies over to where the Golden Oak Library stands, and it creates a castle from underground. Oh, and we also get one last revelation for this episode. After her battle with Tyrek, Twilight finally figures out what her purpose is as a princess.
As princess, I believe I have the power to spread the magic of friendship across Equestria. That's the role I meant to have in our world. The role I choose to have. But I didn't defeat Tyrek on my own. It took all of us to unlock the chest. Then it is unlikely one ever to go alone.
And apparently, once Celestia opens the throne room, it seems that everybody has their own chair to sit in.
But what is a princess of friendship without respect?
And it appears that Twilight is even willing to forgive Discord, because after all, it was he who had to be realized the error of his ways. You know, I could fast forward through Let the Rainbow Remind You, fear of copyright, but you know what? This song is honestly a perfect way to finish off Season 4. And even though it's going to be annoying that you guys probably want to listen to the song, let's not forget, this is also the same company that actually had to copyright a couple of my videos that I uploaded back in 2013. So, yeah. But not to worry, because I do have the song on my iPhone, so I can pretty much listen to whatever it wants. But Let the Rainbow Remind You is easily the perfect way to finish off Season 4, as it launches the rainbow, the reunite of all the ponies that the main six had changed their lives in their respected Rainbow Key episodes, and it ends up with Discord giving Celestia flowers, and everybody joining together, and that was Twilight's Kingdom. And you honestly, know what I said about my feelings. not only do I think that this is the best episode of Season 4, but I believe, and not only the best season finale, but I believe that as of now, it's still the best episode of the entire season. I mean, everything that was built up from the first part I mentioned review has been amplified tenfold with exciting actions, amazing revolutions, and some amazing things that we never even saw in terms of twists and turns. And of course, the animation in action are kick-ass. So, honestly, I still think this is the best episode of the entire series, and I don't think that even any other episode has done that yet. So, as a whole, Twilight Kingdoms Part 2 would probably get an A+. And I think, honestly, that the first part, honestly, gets a little bit more credit than I give it credit for. So as a whole, Twilight Kingdom is an A+, because it gives us an exciting new adventure where one chapter may come to an end, but it's not the end of the book. And with that, Season 4 is done. Finally. And way to go out on a high note. So with that, next time I do another MLP review, we will finally be getting into Season 5. Alright, so until then, let the rainbow remind you of what friendship is, and I'll see you guys next time.